Football is often called the beautiful game, but there are moments when its beauty is overshadowed by controversy. This weekend was one such instance. Aston Villa suffered a crushing 4-1 defeat at the hands of Crystal Palace, but the match wasn't without its fair share of drama. Former England defender and football pundit, Rio Ferdinand, has weighed in on the situation, claiming that Aston Villa was cheated by contentious decisions from the video assistant referee (VAR). The controversial offside decisions. Aston Villa fans left Selhurst Park furious, and neutrals across the football world shared their frustration. Two key moments in the match saw Jacob Ramsey and Morgan Rogers denied goals due to offside rulings by VAR. Both decisions, according to Ferdinand and many others, left fans scratching their heads. Jacob Ramsey's disallowed goal. With Aston Villa trailing but still very much in the game, Jacob Ramsey scored what appeared to be a perfectly legitimate goal. However, VAR intervened, ruling the goal offside by the narrowest of margins. Replays showed that it was a question of millimeters, an armpit, perhaps even just a sleeve. For many fans, such decisions highlight the over-reliance on technology and the lack of common-sense judgment in football officiating. Jacob Ramsey's goal should have stood, Ferdinand said in his post-match analysis. This is where VAR is killing the game. Or talking about offside by the width of a fingernail. The spirit of football is being lost in these micro-decisions. Morgan Rogers' controversial offside call. Later in the game, Morgan Rogers thought he had pulled a goal back for Aston Villa, only for VAR to once again intervene. The offside call this time was even more questionable, with fans and pundits alike slamming the decision. Ferdinand was quick to point out the inconsistency in how VAR is applied. Rogers was clearly onside when the ball was played. How can you have the technology and still get it wrong? It's embarrassing, Ferdinand said. Aston Villa was robbed today. Was VAR to blame for the defeat? While the final scoreline of 4-1 might suggest a dominant performance by Crystal Palace, the reality of the game was far more balanced until the controversial decisions swung the momentum firmly in Palace's favor. Aston Villa had been pressing hard, and the disallowed goals could have completely changed the trajectory of the match. It's not just about the goals themselves, Ferdinand explained. It's about the psychological impact these decisions have on the players. Villa was deflated after those calls, and that's when Palace capitalized. Fans and pundits call for change. The fallout from this match has reignited debates about the use of VAR in football. While the technology was introduced to eliminate clear and obvious errors, many feel that it has instead created more confusion and frustration. Social media was flooded with comments from fans demanding reform, with some even calling for VAR to be scrapped altogether. Aston Villa fans have every right to feel cheated, Ferdinand said. This isn't the first time we've seen VAR ruin a game, and it won't be the last. Something has to change. A shameful defeat or a flawed system. Crystal Palace may have walked away with 3 points, but their victory will always be overshadowed by the controversy. For Aston Villa, the defeat will sting not just because of the scoreline but because of the feeling that they were denied a fair fight. I'm not an Aston Villa fan, Ferdinand concluded, but even I can see that today was a disgrace. Football deserves better than this. Conclusion. The Aston Villa vs. Crystal Palace match will undoubtedly be remembered for all the wrong reasons. VAR, once again, finds itself under fire, and Aston Villa fans are left to wonder what might have been. As the debate rages on, one thing is certain: moments like these damage the integrity of the game, and it's high time football's governing bodies take action to restore trust in the system. Football may be the beautiful game, but on days like this, it feels anything but.